Let me tweak focus. Okay. Very nice. That is not bad. It's looking pretty good. There was another big one at the bottom. Oh wow. Oh wow. That is neat. Let me reduce the saturation a little bit more. See if I push this to 200. How you doing? Oh, okay. Hey Jack, did the rain help out the corn? right there. Let me go to positive. Let's reduce the exposure. Oh, that's nice. Oh, wow, you only get the histogram going. Very nice. Let me see if I can tweak the pressures. Let me go to about 13. Oh, that's pretty nice. Am I still average stacking? Let's go to 125 sharpness. Hopefully that's fair. Okay, hi Greg. I was just in the house checking on the wife. Hi, Dewey. Yeah, this is the new 432 color. I didn't think I was going to have this camera in time for the Grand Canyon Star Party because yesterday it showed leaving New York, going to New Hampshire, arriving in Maine, and this morning it was out for delivery in Massachusetts. And when I called the post office in Massachusetts, they said, we don't have the package. So I went to the post office here, and sure enough, it was delivered here. Who knows what's going on with the post office? There's some really nice prominences today. Let me pull those proms in. Slowly increasing exposure. Let me lower the saturation. Let's see, maybe I could increase the exposure a little bit. No. And then where is the histogram? Let me lower the saturation a little bit more. Okay. Yeah, there's some really, really nice prominences today. That's the smaller of the two. Let me go to the negative. I thought I was capturing images. I guess I wasn't capturing images. Now I am. Let me go to negative. There's the negative. That was the pressure tuner just bumping pressures a little bit. Yeah, this thing's working pretty well on the sun. Let me show you the other problem at the bottom. Oh, I didn't see the one at the right at 3 o'clock. Let me move. I don't have the orientation quite right. Let me stop the stacking. I see. Pretty impressive view. Greg, I guess Greg logged off. Go back to the positive. Yeah, it does. You lower the exposure. And then let me go to the one that's on the 3 o'clock that I didn't see earlier. That's if I go to grayscale. Grayscale, you gotta change the exposure. I think I'm gonna leave it in color mode. Let me tweak focus. So let me see, I got 13 psi in the primary. Let me go to 13.5. Let me shorten the exposure. There was some nice filaments on the surface too. Definitely got to change default. Maybe I got the pressures off because there were some filaments right near the center. Let's see. Let me reduce the pressures down to 12. There's 12, and let me go down to about 14. Okay, where's the up the gamma? If it's clear tonight, there's a lot of puffy stuff going by. I may try this camera tonight on the 10-inch Ritchie accretion at f8. Oh, I just tweaked focus. It's got a lot better. Oh, okay. Okay, let me see. Push the contrast gamma up a little bit higher. Okay, there it is. That's not bad at all. I think we're past the minimum on the sun. We're starting to see some stuff on the surface. I mean, let's see, fit the window. That's 100%. So this chip in this scope, perfect for a full frame. And I'm zoomed at 70% right now to get a full field. There's a negative. Let's see. The sky's been having some low sugars. Let's see. Do you think you should take a shot of glucose? Take a sip, yeah, because you're still like 50. It's, you know, still low. Okay. Yeah, it is, but yeah. Okay. I wanted to touch base. Okay. Love you. Bye bye. Yeah, the wife's having a low sugar. It's like 50 right now. So, yeah. So she indulged in a nice cookie, trying to. This is not bad at all. The thing is, because it's a small resolution. I forget what the resolution of the sensor is. Like 1.8 megapixel. If you start zooming in too much, then it really starts showing a little blockiness. I just changed I just pushed the black point way past where it should be. So let me lower the green a little. I'm capturing images every 5 or 6 seconds. I got 998 images grabbed already. This is pretty sweet, Dewey. Yeah, I sent Rock a panic email this morning that the camera was being delivered in Massachusetts. And then I called and left a message on his phone to his house that false alarm, I got the camera. It's called Focus, and I actually pushed the histogram. Oh, let me grab some more images. If you look at the histogram, I actually pushed, raised the black point. I missed the main spike, and I moved it over towards the flat curve. I'm moving it like to 125 now. Just as soon as I raised up the exposure is when, okay, there it is. Okay, 19 milliseconds. Let me go to 18 maybe. Okay. See, where's the histogram? Yeah, if you look at the histogram, Dewey, I've totally clipped the high spike at the left edge. I'm zoomed in at 200% right now. Let me see if I can do some live stack to smooth it out. Yeah, I've got live stack 5 average. Yeah, I know. I made a board for the back of the truck that I can slide the scope into the Lost Monday dovetails and clamp them down. That's if I decide, because from what Rock says, the box is pretty large. Um, that's looking pretty good. Let me bump the exposure and go back to look at proms again. Oh God, here comes another. It's not much of a cloud. It shouldn't last long. Let me get back to, yeah, the histogram's clipping way too much. Back at default histogram. Okay. Okay. Let's see if that's a new sugar reading. God, it's still only 52. Let me go back to fit the height, take a. There's the negative. Yeah, Dad.
Scared me. You got hair in there?
Fan.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. You want to see the sun?
What's that?
You want to see the sun?
Hell yeah, dude. I like to learn and look at that. That's it, that black ball?
That is 1 million miles across.
1 million miles across. I mean, not even. Yeah. Is it ever going to burn out?
In a few couple
billion
years, yeah. But and those are prominences. That's material being blasted off the surface, and
so you can't get that close. There's no way.
You know, and then the Earth would fit in here. Yeah, this is a negative view. I'm gonna go to there's a positive view. Yeah.
That is retarded, man.
And I got Dewey. He's up outside Whitby, Ontario, outside of Toronto. He's watching right now, and a few other people.
So, what planet's closest to the sun besides us? Is it us?
Mercury, and then Venus, then us.
Mercury, Venus, and us.
Yeah, and we're just at the right spot.
Yep. I love the sun, but
Yeah, you don't want to be any closer than where we are. And if I reduce the exposure time, you'll see what's on the surface.
Light years. What does that mean when they say 200 light years away? What does that mean?
That's the distance light travels in a year, and light travels at 186,000 miles per second.
So 186,000 miles per second
times the number of seconds in a year.
There's.
It's a big number.
You can't even fathom that.
Yeah, I know.
So when that sun goes down on the other side of the Earth, when it's lighter over there, right?
Yeah.
The side, yeah.
Yeah, it'll be light in the Western Hemisphere when it's dark here.
We're in the Northern Hemisphere, right?
I mean, in Asia.
So we're in the northern.
We're in the Northern Hemisphere, right. And we're in the North American continent.
Yeah.
And then if you look at this is the surface of the sun.
God.
And this is material being that prominence that you saw coming off the edge.
Yeah.
Well, this is one lifting straight up towards us.
I got you. I feel you. Damn.
Yeah.
So what is it coming off of it? Just material? Or?
It's, yeah, material plasma being blasted off the surface of the sun.
And it happens 24 hours a day?
Yeah, but there are, it's been relatively quiet for the last 6-8 months.
Why is
Not
that?
a lot of activity. The sun goes through cycles.
Okay.
Solar minimum, solar maximum.
So where are we at now?
We're coming out of a solar minimum. We're starting to see more activity on the surface of the sun.
Solar minimum. And how long does these cycles last?
Dewey, you know how long the solar cycle is? Solar minimum to maximum? Is it like 11 years? I'm trying to remember. And see, I'm capturing images, like I said.
Yep.
11 year. Is that between minimum and minimum, or minimum to maximum, and then maximum to minimum is another 11 years? Time to get my Google out.
God, no, I'm just asking. 11-year cycles.
11-year cycle. Yep. That's.
And it's minimum to maximum right now.
We just left the solar minimum, and we're now starting to get more activity.
All right.
But that's not a bad image of the sun.
1 million miles apart. No, it's not. It's beautiful.
1 million miles across. Yep.
Yeah. Across. Yeah.
Well, actually, yeah. What is the size of the sun? It's about 1 million. It's rough, you know.
That's unreal.
It's called Google.
Because you ain't gonna do much more studying on it than what we're doing because you can't get close enough to it to study it.
No, we've sent probes. Yeah, no, it is a beautiful image.
Mm-hmm. I think it is.
Solar diameter, 864,340 miles.
That's 1 million miles.
Close, yeah. You round it off, it's close to 1 million miles.
That's hard to believe.
Yeah. And what's also amazing is that the moon is just at the right distance from the Earth, that when it gets between us and the sun, that's when you have eclipses.
Yeah.
Because it can block out the size of the solar.
See, that's amazing.
800. The moon is what, 2,200 miles across? And where it is, it covers the extent of the sun that's 93 million miles from us.
That's hard to believe, man. Stuff like that.
Perfect alignment.
It blows my brain out there. That's why I can't wrap myself around it, because it's so amazing.
Well,
I ask you questions, you get tired of talking. It's just amazing.
Billy, I'm going to stop the broadcast for now. Hopefully it'll be clear tonight. If it's clear tonight, I'm going to try using this camera on...
Why don't you call me, please, Mr. Jack? I want to come back out and message.
Jack, I will call you later.
Yeah, and I'll have a toddy with y'all.
Okay.
I thought I said hi.
Okay, bye-bye. Yeah, well, guys, I'm going to call it quits for right now, and hopefully I'll be back on later this evening. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye for now. Let me turn off the cooler.
Telescope disconnected.
Oh. Park the scoop. Okay, let's see.